Live. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our CIC committee meeting. I would like to welcome everybody and give a warm welcome to our newest, and I shall say returning board member, Harold Iflin. It's a privilege to have you join us. We have a great board and great leadership, and we're excited to have you. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
And I'd like to welcome Matt Hunter. It's so nice to see you again. We're very excited that you're here. Lots going on, and it's an exciting time to be at the airport. So welcome.
Thank you. Yes,
and we're happy to have you here. And I think we'll get started with our updates, and I'll turn it right over to John O'Donnell, our COO, to take over.
Okay. What I'd like to do is just go over what we've accomplished thus far. We have reached substantial completion of the travelers, lounge, holding care, and celebrating room. What we're doing now is working with Kathy Greenwood on some structural work to suspend the display in the children's area. The sensory area needs just a little bit of work by us. We bought a tube, some features, unique features that go in there. So we're just looking for the time to finish that. And the travel lounge, the only thing we need to do in there is to do a lighting fixture in the conference room. But we're basically into the punch list, well into the punch list, very few punch list items. It's shortly be turned over within a matter of maybe a month, 6 weeks to be 100% complete. So that's phase one.
I'm sorry, John. And that, when will it open?
Basically, we don't close the children's area, the sensory room, so people can go in there. So if the features aren't in there yet, the work isn't in.
Well, I knew what would say. Like, that's great. And what about the business sector?
Once again, the only thing we can do here is it's up to, well, we probably should wait to an official certificate of occupancy. Okay. We can get it. Great. So it's really up to us when we want to open space up.
Great. Thank you.
On phase two is I don't have slides on these areas I'm talking about. I will when we get into the third phase. Phase two is the terminal ticketing and the baggage claim. What we're doing right now, if you look at if you look at the baggage claim, you can see that we're painting the high ceilings. We've got the light fixtures in. We've got some speakers, fire alarms, things like that, in the high ceiling. And same with the ticketing, the high ceiling. We're in process of doing the ticket counters, and those are basically the shells are installed, 6 shells. And what we have to do is finish it on stainless steel and a solid surface tops. And then once again, in the rental car area, we have those counters. Those should be coming within the next 6 weeks to 2 months. So that project, phase two, is supposed to be done this summer. So we're working with MLB very closely because there's a lot of coordination with the airlines and the rental cars. So that work is advancing. The last phase is I'll be talking about is phase 3. And this is, I don't know if I'm doing this right.
John, just on phase 2 quickly.
This one? Oh, I did. Oh, you got it. Okay.
Just a quick question on the phase 2 for the summer. Is the timing, how is the timing based on your predictions and sort of the realities of the process? We know it's hard to, are you feeling good about the timing of phase 2?
And it's a lot of things with the airlines. That's what it is too. Right. And we're going to get this. The phase 2 work is pretty fundamental, pretty easy to do. It's just a lot of coordination. And, we get changes every day. Manager change. So he had different needs than the prior manager, and that was us. So he came in and said, we want to take that numbers. We've already had them in the work, so we have to change those. So these are little things that happen, but
they take time.
Yeah, and we have there's no question that we're going to get this done by the end of summer.
Great.
But it's a little coordination elements that we have to go with, and a lot of collaboration with the airlines, rental cars, and us to get it on.
Okay,
so,
great, thank you.
Okay, so now we're doing A. Do you want me to do you? I see this. Okay, this. Albany. You
Yeah, my apologies.
can, I can talk about them. This is the phase 3 work, and this is to be completed on November 1st. And what we've seen is, as I mentioned at the last board meeting, we had it was a very big month once again where we said we were going to get the vert wall, which is the glazing, the exterior, both sides, the roof done, and all the slabs. So we are, and that was a month of June. We've got like 3 panels on the curved wall to do. We've got some work on the roof to do, which I'm going to show you. And the slabs are poured except for just some very, very small slabs that need to be poured on the garage side. But this is the what it looks like inside right now. As you can see, the on the ceiling level is ductwork. That's not being done by Danforth, and it's advancing. We don't believe there's any problems in getting the ductwork in, getting a new air handler in the mechanical for November 1st. So this work is advancing quite readily. The number of people we have is between 55 to 60 people a day, where it was only 32, 35. So we have quite larger work. So we can like click through.
Now, are you satisfied with that number?
Well, we would like to have probably another 10 or 15 workers, and
Okay.
there will be 5 additional work areas for them
Okay.
to advance the project more readily. This is the picture of this is the west mechanical room. And what we can do right now is to get this space enclosed, we can start setting the large mechanical equipment, which is going to go on these pads. And this wall needs to be infilled, and a new wall goes in here. And we were in discussions this morning and yesterday about getting that wall started. So once that's enclosed, they're going to start setting the large equipment in here, and that's going to be the large fans, motors that powers the ductwork. We have to have the ductwork, of course. You have to heat for November, so keep going. This is looking from the office. The offices above on the 3rd level will look down. This is a rail. This is going to be right where this rail is. It'll be a glass wall. And I just took this picture looking down onto the lift, and then the guys were working this morning when this picture was taken. They're adding more ductwork to the ceiling. So, okay, we can keep going. And this is looking to the right towards the commercial island, towards the hockey rink. And the glass wall is all installed on this west side. And once again, this is a picture taken. This is the view we'll have as we're in the offices, the new administrative offices. This is the slab I'm standing on, and this will be a glass wall. This is a rail that holds, it's a safety rail right now. But when it's done, it'll be a glass wall that overlooks the departure hall and all those people queuing down below. Down at this end, there'll be 2 bathrooms, which we added to the project when you folks and Peter and I came. There's going to be 2 bathrooms, male bathroom down here, and an area for vending. So we'll keep going. This is the escalator pit, and we've had a lot of discussions regarding the escalators with Coney. Coney's they'll be providing the escalators, and this is a coordination issue right now, which we're working with Coney and MLB to resolve. And what it deals with, they want us to get in and start building this escalator. It's going to take them about 2 months to build, but they want protection. They want it to be clean. They want it, once they put it in, a brand new escalator, they want it all protected. So we're working on that detail with them, but we will start this. It's supposed to be started next week. And they do trusses, and they infill the trusses.
Are the footings in? I think you mentioned those are in.
Back that up. This is where they're going to sit right here.
Okay.
And what
I know you explained the work, so
it goes from this is going to be the first level. This is a temporary tunnel wall. This goes away. It gets deeper, and at the bottom, at the foot of the escalator, when you look forward, you're going to see a new elevator. We haven't started that new elevator yet. That's beyond this temporary tunnel wall. It's beyond that wall. This is where the escalator is going to sit, and it's going to go up to the 2nd level from here. And that's what we're coordinating right now with Coney. We want them to get it going. Everyone wants to get them started. We just have to work some details on how to make it watertight in here and protect it when it's done. And also they have a lot of ceiling work above there. So those are the details we're working on over the last couple of days. Okay. Let's see where I gotta figure out where I am. I believe this is at the garage side, but I'm gonna skip this one because it doesn't give a lot of good detail. Okay, now we're up on the roof. I just want to show you all the white is the new roof. They're finishing up the roof over the next week or about 5-6 days to be done with the roof. This is the elevator that penetrates the roof level, and there's going to, from the 5th level of the garage, there's going to be a concrete walk, and it's going to be fenced on both sides to the elevator, and it enters this side, and the elevator will descend from the 5th level down to the 1st level. Okay, and this is the roof. Once again, we have workers. We have a lot of workers in here, by the way. This job was taken maybe, I don't know when, but I'm surprised you don't see any workers. But it's advancing, and there's a number of people working on there today. And this is the area of the terminal that rises up. This is all completed here, waiting for the called the fenestration and the metal work that wraps around the cornice, and that's going to start once the roof is done. And once again, materials. This is probably taken very early this morning. That's why. And now we'll get into some of the terminal issues. And I did get a call and some emails regarding this window right there. And these are all clear. This is opaque panels. These are opaque panels. There's clear panels that will go here, and then solid metal panels going down. Now, the reason why the architect put this here is because from the inside, you'll see there's a Dunkin' Donuts right beyond there, is to add light. And my response is, if the board so decides, we can make this panel match that panel, but it will be an opaque film that will go on there that'll match the existing glass, because that's been a comment that I've received as the panel's gone up, is why was this one clear and all the rest of them around it are opaque, and these are all clear, and these will be clear here. We have 3, I think it's 5 panels right here that'll be clear. So that's a decision for, you can do that.
He keeps looking at me because I'm more on that.
That's
why he keeps. That's why.
And I've already talked to Kathy Greenwood about that.
Good question. Why is it, why are some of them opaque and they're not all clear?
Because there's, on the lower level, there's partitions behind there. This is where Dunkin' Donuts is sitting about right here. There's all the wall behind there.
And how high, I'm sorry, I can't actually know this.
To the left would be more symmetrical.
Exactly.
Well, even 2, well, actually,
One panel.
Yeah.
I don't
how
know.
high is the first panel and
These panels are very high. These are,
right.
I would say that those are 25, 27 feet high from here to here.
So technically would, oh, might look weird, but if those bottom opaque were the only ones that were opaque, would that not be visually? It's something,
That might be impossible to do.
Yeah.
at this stage.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Because
So it's the one panel.
putting the film on with one thing, taking away is not.
These basically are glass panels with a film on it, film on the back. It's called spandrel glass, but then basically it is glass. So we can, the only thing, I would say it's nothing that we have to do today, but as you folks, the board goes in here, from the inside, it's quite acceptable to see it, because you don't see this part from here off, and it looks like it's in the center of that space. It's only on the outside that you see that it catches your eye a little bit.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it going forward.
Let's do it.
And then that's the thing we a bit.
Yeah, it's a little,
Okay,
good job.
yeah. We'll do this. We'll do those. Okay, so this is a concourse A, and these, what you're seeing here, this is the ceiling treatment where the architect designed these large swoops, and they're in blue, they're in white, and then the ceiling gets infilled with a panel. And also lighting fixtures and LED, variety of LED fixtures and a lot of wood ceiling that you see in Times Square or temples. It matches that. So this is advancing very nicely. No, very few concerns or problems with this Conquest A project. It'll be done ahead of schedule. Here's some of the panels, the wood panels, slats that are going in right now. Just go through these quickly. Another job. Should be done this like August of this year.
We turned over end of July. Phase one. Just for this phase one is the largest portion.
Okay,
And then they shift to the other side.
gotcha, okay.
And this is a terrazzo.
Great.
Yeah, that project is going along very smoothly. And this is the terrazzo floor. Half the concourse going to concourse A. It's completed, and the other one is going to be completed within a matter of
By the end of next week.
So this whole entire concourse will be able to concourse A and opened up shortly. Okay, this is the, you want to introduce the jet bridges?
Yeah. Obviously, the concrete A is completed. These are the A1, the first one, A2, second one. They are in. We were waiting for the PCR units, the big units that keep it cool. They have not been shipped yet. Or they're shipped, they'll be here next week. They still have to be installed. And then that's when these are up and running, same thing, we'll turn this over in July when they can be used. They have to be commissioned at the end of June. Currently, right now, you see a stripe leading coming in. That's what they're doing yesterday and today. They can stripe it. Outside work for this project is complete. Other than, I mean, there's still electrical, yeah, and just, like the bridges are set, the electrical and everything. So that's what they're currently doing, but no cranes or any heavy equipment that way.
Great. Any questions?
Just one. No, it's difficult. What? You put that picture back up. Right?
No, which one?
The last one.
The answer is yes.
I'm the man of the hour.
Why so much concrete at this end and not around the bridge? That's actually playing hard.
Well, that's hard stand. It's called hard stand. And then the reason why you have hard, you don't do asphalt and you do hard concrete underneath the wheels of the aircraft. Because during the summer months, if an aircraft that weighs 150,000 pounds is sitting on the asphalt on a warm day, it does create dispersion.
I guess but basically all the way in and down around.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's why. Okay.
Yeah, they have a large, they swing wide to get in.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so we've covered number 2 and number 3, our terminal expansion and Concourse A. John, welcome, and glad you're here. And we can get into our other capital projects and any update that you may or may not have. And then Pete, if you want to interject.
Yeah, can we break into that other video?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Perfect.
Any change order?
If you can go full screen. So Matt had channel 13 out on the runway yesterday, looking at that.
Understand.
Yeah. He told, I don't say fake. Hold it here.
This is
Congratulations. That's good. We've been talking about that for a long time. To everyone, congratulations. Everybody did a great job, and we know how important this is. And
Getting done.
yeah, that's great. And the weather is cooperating finally.
It has been
So fingers crossed for the
When is that gonna be wrapped up?
Saturday.
Saturday?
just in time for more rain.
They're actually paving the taxiway stubs right now, and the stripers are laying out on the south end, and then they're gonna start spraying paint later today. So we'll get that done. The electricians are working on the both ends of the runway, putting in. We're actually doing a little bit of a favor for the FAA, installing special bar lights in advance of the Mauser job for next year.
Ooh.
So we're doing that ahead of time while the runway was closed. We jumped on that, so that's
That worked
happening.
out.
It'd be nice.
Nice work and congratulations. Well, it's hard to top that, but any other, we can run down our
Sure.
other project.
If you want to step back quick for change orders?
Well, we can.
Oh,
yeah.
on the other two.
Yeah, that's true. Hang on, John. And Steve asked that question, what we have upcoming for Monday.
We are expecting one change order from each candidate.
From each project? Okay. And
Yes, that's it for the board on Monday.
on the board on Monday, do you want to give us any information now?
There is one change order for MLB for bid package number 2. I'm sorry, number 2.
Okay.
It's just to close things out, and it's probably gonna be very close to the last one for that bid package. And we're still within our contingency range, so we're okay. We're gonna be okay with
Oh,
that.
that's
It's
great.
not a huge one.
Okay. And then Terminal A?
And
Terminal A is mostly the ceiling work that you saw. Sure. The structures, the existing conduit, some electrical work had to be reworked, removed, or, pushed up and out of the way. And some data lines ran for the new TVs and stuff. So that's a big bulk.
Perfect, thank you. Okay. Now, John.
Okay, all right, let's run the gamut.
All right.
Terminal elevators, currently, terminal elevator number 11, which is in Seafield by Southwest, is in the testing stage. They should have that tested out. We expect to be taking down the barricades next week and putting that back into service. Originally, we were gonna do, elevator number 9, which is over by the, beer union, the bowling rings and stuff, but I think, Bart Johnson from, TSA is retiring, so we have a vacancy up there, so we're gonna be able to jump. He still has his staff up there, but he's not gonna be around, so we're gonna probably jump on that one and get that elevator done before the new person comes in and takes over. I'd like to get that one done. So that's the plan on that. In the meantime, whenever needed, they're able to jump into MLB's project and work on the elevators, number 4 and 5 that will be the new ones. They have to install brackets and things like that, so they jump over and do that as they need to do it. It's nice that they're here on site, so it's easy they don't really need a schedule. They just call them, they run and take care of that. So it's a good, works for both.
Great.
Air traffic control tower project, so that's currently wrapping up. I had a conversation with the mechanical contractor. They completed the fans and the motors. They're just trying to not easy to schedule with the FAA people to get in there and do the final balancing, but they're working on doing that. Hopefully, won't be this week because it's too hot, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, catch a couple of moderate days that went in 70, in mid 70s, and they can get that balance and get out of there. So that's the thing with that. The runway 119, obviously we've talked quite a bit about that. The perimeter road. I'm still waiting on the Corps of Engineer for the wetland permit for that. But with all the weather we had this spring, doing that right now would have been a mess. It's all muddy. We had a couple of airfield lawnmowers get stuck in there. I worked out a plan with Callahan. They will come back in the fall and get that road built.
Oh, okay.
John, where did the, what do they call it?
Millings?
Huh?
Millings?
Millings, where'd they all go?
They all went back to their plant and reuse them. And then the deal I have with Callahan is they have a couple of other milling jobs in the area. In the fall, when we're ready, they'll just take those milling for that job. It was a swap.
Okay,
Jet Bridges.
which we,
Jet Bridges A6, B6. So A6 is in the process of being commissioned today. We, the factory representative is on site today, working to commission that one. A6 should be up and ready to go by the end of the day today. B6, which is JetBlue, they're working on, as soon as they finish A6, they're gonna jump over that one, put the PCR unit, which is here, they'll put that up, get the ground power unit mounted, and then, we're hoping to have that up and running by, early next week. The car rental facility, not much happening in that right now. It's kind of, we're on hold with that a little bit.
okay,
The Mauser lights, as I said, we're still on board with the FAA to have them come in and replace our Mauser system for the runway 1 across the street sometime next year. I haven't got a confirmed date, but like I said, we're giving them a head start by doing the 2 threshold bars, the one at the end of the runway, and the one 200 feet from the end. We're doing that now, so we're giving a head start on that, so that should help everybody. And the transformer project, Matt can tell you about it.
Been advertised and we're bids June 26th.
you closing with it.
Then, yeah, so we'll get bids then and then we'll work with, a little better and we'll move forward to schedule. The big thing there is scheduling grids work. Our grid has to do work. We gotta do work very good. So.
Okay.
Just quickly, John, the bids for the, I read in the paper that for the traffic light, was that for the actual work or was that for the design?
No, that's work.
That's the actual work.
Yes, sir. Well, we're getting contracts out to Stilson Electric with low bidder. We're gonna get the contract. We're gonna get that'll be an item for the board on Monday. We're gonna get the contracts out to them and then we'll get it done. And the county's following up on that. They're actually gonna bid, I talked to Lisa Romano from the county, and they're gonna be bidding the next 4 signal lights down through, all the way down to 7. They're gonna be bidding them out in June to get them so they can follow us, and they'll have the same system and do the on-demand system just like us, so it'll help.
So good. I know that we're probably status quo on any planning updates, master plan, NYSERDA. I think we're all up to date on that. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, projects related to capital improvements? No, I do need to approve minutes. Sorry, Liz stepped out. I apologize. Can I have a motion to approve our March 19th minutes? First by Steve, second Kevin. I don't know why I had to write that down. Where's the full committee? Okay, at this time.
Let's take a vote, yeah.
Oh, sorry. And we all approve. I just, sorry. Okay, on that note, I'd like to entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters involving particular corporations. May I have a motion? Kevin, Steve, all in favor? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Great work. I do not anticipate